I see Bill.
Yep.
Hi. I see Steve.
Aye.
Hi. I see Mary.
Aye.
Hi. Ike. Hi, Ike.
Yes, I'm here. Yes. Hello.
Hi. Leroy. I know Don. Yeah, I see Donald, and I know headquarters, the Chief Stanley, and I think that's Ramon off to the side. And Frank is on the phone. And I see Eric is in the process of joining us. He's not quite signed the whole way in yet. So we're just missing Bob. Eric, can you hear us?
Yes.
Okay. All right, good. We'll just go ahead and get started. So let's try our attempt at the Pledge of Allegiance again. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Very good. Okay. So like I said, I see everybody but Bob, so we're going to go ahead and move on here. He'll hopefully be joining us here in a couple of minutes. So the next thing on the agenda is the approval of the minutes. Does anyone have any comments, updates on the minutes from the February 8th, 2021 meeting? Okay, do I have a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Got a second. Okay. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed or abstain? Okay. Public comments. I don't see anyone on the Zoom call from the public, so I guess we can move on. So Chief's report.
Okay, so I wanted to start out Monday by saying we added 4 new recruits to St. John's Fire District this morning. Valerie is still off, so Ramona began some of the in-processing, as well as Chief Anderson, Chief Stanley, and Chief Gilcrease. I did want to say that the Train the Trainer for the training prop was a success on Thursday and Friday of last week. The trainer came in from Ohio under NFPA standards and under the guidance following. They lit some fires, did some evolutions, went over all of the features of the training prop and the capabilities and limitations and safety issues. And it was a pretty good program for everyone involved. It seemed like there was a lot of excitement involving the training prop and the future of evolutions and work that can be done there. Our commissioner, Bill Tamay, did arrive and was able to watch a couple of the evolutions, but we have some issues we still have to work out. And, you know, obviously with anything new, things pop up that you identify that you may need for the future. So, but it was a pretty good experience and I was very happy with the way it went. We are about to acquire a backhoe that will go with our EMD equipment. So that's very, very helpful. So I did say that we got the high water truck finally painted, and we were required to do that within a specified amount of time per regulation. So we got that accomplished. There are some other issues that we'll speak about in executive session. So right now I'm going to turn this over to Chief Kunitzer for the fire prevention report. So can you move that, Kim?
Yeah. I'm not going to steal Ramona's thunder here, but I'll tell you happy Monday, kind of in a nutshell. But for the month of February, busy month for the fire prevention division, there were 60 fire alarms installed. Also, several carbon monoxide alarms. I don't have a number for that. I apologize. And also, we checked 2 2 car seats, and we are seeing an uptick of events and special events starting to happen again in the district.
Okay, thanks, Chief. Now we'll give Chief Gilcrease will do the status updates.
Good evening. How's everybody doing today?
All right. Thank you.
Awesome. Okay, awesome. For the month of February, St. John's answered the call 248 times. Johns Island accounted for 158. Kiowa had 37. Seabrook had 27, and Waumea had 26. Again, just as a recap on your sheet, if you look to the bottom left, you can just kind of see during that month which types of calls were the percentage of volume that we did, and the comparative analysis from this time last year for January. You can kind of see the orange line is what we're doing so far, the trending in 2021 as compared to 2020. That's about it.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I briefed the Finance Committee a little bit about a conference call that we were on with South Carolina Department of Transportation about the bridges in our response area. They notified us that we're doing an evaluation of all of the bridges in South Carolina, but particularly they're in the Low Country right now, and that of the areas involved in Charleston County, St. John's response area had been most impacted by the ability of our apparatus to cross over some of the bridges in our response area. So they went over a specific list of bridges that we are evaluating for response, the impacts of which, the time of our response, what equipment can respond, and we're still evaluating that. We also are in the process of setting up our equipment to get weighed so that we know the proper weight of our vehicles with equipment and personnel. This could impact the district significantly moving forward, particularly with the tower truck. So that is the most information I have to give you specifically on that. Now, it was stated that there's no way it is out of their jurisdiction to evaluate the weight limits for Seabrook and for Kiowa. However, that doesn't mean that shouldn't occur, but it would probably be up to the towns to initiate that project. Currently, right now, as far as St. John's, we're still going to respond the way we normally do. The only bridge that's actually been posted so far is the bridge on Patton. So, but we know some of them will definitely impact our response times. In addition, we had a meeting with the PGA again as that approaches and it's coming closer. Maybe you have heard that they have established, at this point, maximum participation levels of spectators and golfers. Currently, that amount is 10,000 max. I think they were hoping for a higher amount. Potentially that could happen, but currently we've been told the expectation is 10,000 max for participants and for golfers and their staff. So that is a significant impact to Kiowa, obviously, and the, I guess, expected revenue that the PGA would bring. So, but we have another meeting with them on March 18th, and we'll update you accordingly. That's all I have for now until we get into executive session. So we can move on.
Okay, Ramona, do you want to go over the finance report?
Sure, thank you. Happy Monday, everyone. Sorry, Ryan.
I just want you to know that Ryan, in your honor, Ramona, continued to tell us a happy Monday. So we thought of you every time he wished us a happy Monday.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you, Ryan.
He didn't say it was like a bad dream or anything like that.
Well, I'd like to also say I'm happy to be back, and thank you all for having me. I'll start out with the February financial report. Overall, our remaining budget goal should be 33.33%, and we're actually at 41.51%. So we are trending well as we get closer to June 30. The bank balances for the operating as of the end of February, it's $14,126,816.57. The LGIP bank balance, $11,603.74. And our revenue for the month of February, we received the January property tax collections from Charleston County in the amount of $5,985,068.28. And in addition, February collections of $9,346.15, which primarily includes insurance premiums and donations. Note of expenses, our year-to-date overtime non-standard as of the end of February is at $214,324.82. Any questions on revenue or expenses? Okay, and then for capital projects, our 2016 and 2017 bank balances are at zero, and the 2018 bank balance is $2,755,000, roughly. Okay, any questions on the financial report? Okay, I'll briefly go over the dashboard as well. The monthly property tax revenue for February decreased by $741,000 from last February's collections. However, our year-to-date, we still have an increase in tax revenue by $358,000. The year-to-date operating expenditures as of the end of February is at $8.5 million, and expenses are down by $147,000 from last year, which is expected considering the pandemic. The operating cash available as of February 28th is roughly the $14.1 million compared to $11.1 last year. The bond cash available at the end of February is at $2.8 million compared to $8.4 million last year. And the decrease is a result of expenditures incurred on the capital projects. As I mentioned earlier, the year-to-date non-standard overtime is at the $214,000 compared to $167,000 from last year. And the year-to-date salaries, including regular and standard overtime, is at $4.5 million, which is a decrease from last year of $4.9 million. The vacation and sick pay was $452,000 compared to $292,000 last year. And our staff efficiency for February is 87%. As far as COVID-related personnel expenses for February, we were at $3,228. And year-to-date, we're at $43,000 roughly. And our current staffing requirements, we need 1 engineer, 11 firefighters, and 1 administrative staff. As of the end of February, our HR updates, we have no new injuries for workers' comp, and we have 1 out since September, which is ongoing. And then as Chief mentioned, we had 4 experienced firefighters that started today. Any questions on the dashboard? Well, if no questions, I would also like to add that we reached out to Charleston County last week to request the Tan Payoff, and we received that. So we'll be cutting the check tomorrow and getting it in the mail since it's due by March 15th. We had a big savings on that line item. We originally budgeted $16,000. But I believe the interest came in at roughly $1,700. So the interest rate is the major factor in that. It's very low. So that's on $2 million compared to last year. We borrowed $1 million and our interest rate was $7,800.
Wow.
Yes.
The only question I have for you, Ramona, is we talked in the finance meeting that the budget, even though you asked for an extension, the budget is due to the county on March 29th. So I
Yes.
wondered with that date in mind and the fact that, our next meeting isn't until April, I just wondered what would be a date. The 29th is a Monday.
Mhm.
So probably the week of the March 22nd would be when we'd need to hold a special meeting to approve the budget. So you don't have to give me an answer right at the moment, but we probably should come up with a date so that we can make sure the commissioners are available, come up with some tentative dates the week of March 22nd.
Okay.
The only thing from a commission standpoint, the only thing that we have scheduled the week of March 22nd is on Tuesday, March 23rd at 10 o'clock. We have a building committee meeting. That's the only meeting that I have on my calendar for the commissioners.
Okay. Chief and I will
All
discuss
right.
more and definitely get back to you on a possible day that week.
All right. Thank you.
And then the last thing I would just like to mention is your SEIs are due to the Ethics Commission by March 30th. I'll be available this week if anyone needs help. And that's all I have if there are no other questions.
Thank you. Donald, attorney update.
Okay, can you hear me now? I unmuted so I wouldn't make noise. Two quick things. Well, three. First, welcome back, Ramona. Good to see you again. Next, we had a dispute about the water ponding at Station 6, and we finally resolved that. The total repair bill was going to be $14,800. I'm pretty sure Bill Tomei can check me on this. I think we had $7,500 in escrow with Kika or with one of the.
That's correct.
Groups. And the 14,800 is going to be split up. Kika will pay 5,000. Rosenblum and Co. will pay 5,000, and we're going to pay 4,800, which means we'll get back 2,700 from Kika. And we have our fingers crossed that that bid will stay constant, and that will be the end of that dispute. But anyway, that's over. Number two, Deborah went to the Seabrook Town Hall meeting sometime back, and they talked a little bit about our issue with paying the fire hydrant fees. There was clearly some misunderstanding / misinformation that went about. So we've arranged a meeting to meet with the mayor and somebody from the, I guess, what's the official term, Deborah? Public service?
She's the chair of the Utility Commission.
Utility Commission on Thursday, just to kind of straighten things out. And so that's to be continued, but we have that set up. I guess just another way of saying the fire hydrants continues to be an ongoing drama, but we're keeping it on track. But that's all of my report. Anything else on that, Deborah?
No, no, just to share with the commissioners when we meet with them on Thursday, and Donald's put together a cover letter, and we're going to share with them the copy of the complaint that we signed with the Public Service Commission, and also a copy of just the pages that reference their decision on the fire hydrants that Kiowa would then absorb it into its water base rate. So that's what we're sharing with them, and hopefully we'll make some headway to put Seabrook to rest. No, I guess that's it on that one.
Yep, and that's all I have. Thanks.
Okay. Any old business to discuss? Okay, on the new business, the chief mentioned the preparation for PGA in May. Chief, did you have anything else you wanted to add to the prep for PGA?
No, we haven't negotiated any costs with them for additional stand-up of personnel, because again, at this time, the scaled down event We're not sure how much that will warrant, but that will probably be discussed again on March 18th. But right now, it doesn't look like, other than maybe fire prevention and a couple of additional medical golf carts on the outside, won't be too necessary. Our concern is obviously that Kiowa will be sold out for the event, all of the homes, the traffic will be congested, and they may have the PGA in the bubble, but we're going to have to respond to the rest of the island in Seabrook, and in a manner that is going to be impacted by all of the traffic. So regardless of what the PGA does, this is still going to impact our response significantly. That's all.
And then, okay, and then another new business item you have noted is the hurricane season, and you have August. So I imagine you're gearing up to be prepped for August, which I know is kind of the beginning of a more active time.
Yeah, well, the hurricane season will start technically in August into September. For us, it's been August and September. But the high water vehicle and the backhoe were both in response to that, and we'll be again looking at potentially what they think this hurricane season may look like, and we'll go forward. We just know that once we get past the PGA, these months are going to go flying by, and we need to make sure that we're prepared.
Any questions, comments? Okay, Bill, the building committee report.
Okay, Station 4 is moving right along. All the underground utilities are done and the trenches are backfilled. All the ceiling grid is in place. Last month it was just in the truck bay, but now all of the dorm area has the ceiling grid in place. No ceiling pads in those grids yet. They're still working above the ceiling. All the drywall is done. Electrical wiring is still in progress. I was there on Friday and saw the electricians working in the main electric panels, and then on Sunday, Commissioner Rolando and myself toured the facility again. All HVAC room units are in place, the ones that are in the ceiling, and all the HVAC units on the roof are in place. The shower floor systems are in place. The waterproof part that goes underneath the tile. The shower tiles are on site in boxes, but none of that work has started yet. Timber posts have been installed on the front of the building. It looks really good. The trailer, I did talk to Ryan Matthews about that trailer on Friday. He's been in contact with the folks that moved the trailer for us the first time from Station 6 to Station 4. And they have said that in order to move that trailer out to Main Road for that distance, they will need to add an additional axle to the trailer. And the reason for that is the added weight of the T111 siding that the ARB made us put on the trailer when it was out at Station 6. That's several thousand pounds of additional weight. So it's going to take another axle to move that trailer. There's been a big flurry of activity with subcontractors this past month, and we're now sitting at 85% complete on the building.
Bill, I don't remember us ever adding any siding to that trailer. It came as is.
That was, as I recall, it was ARB required that.
No, they required T111 surrounding the generators and the air conditioners because that was unsightly. But adding to the actual T111 on the trailer itself, no, that came with the trailer.
Okay.
As is.
I may be misinformed there then. I thought, and I had heard that before from the previous folks that moved the trailer, that that siding had been added on there, and it added several thousand pounds to the trailer, so.
No, absolutely not. The only thing that was added to that trailer that was out of the ordinary was a sprinkler system.
Okay, I remember that, so, okay.
So we had some concern with the trailer continuing, obviously, to age, that there might be some repairs that have to be done, in order to move it safely. So although this company moved it the last time, are they also able to inspect it and determine if any repairs need to be done before they can move it?
Well, that's what they've already done. That's what Ryan had told me Friday. And that's why they said they're gonna need to add another axle to it.
I could see if they were adding an axle for support because of the rusting that has occurred, but it shouldn't be another axle because the weight has changed in any way.
Okay, all right. And that's scheduled tentatively to move around May 1st after we move into the station. The Station 6 apron repair that Donald mentioned, I believe I had read that repair work is starting this Wednesday. Is that
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, all right. And then one other just clarification on the rebate from the ARB, the $7,500 that we're going to get returned on Station 6. That does not come from Kika at all. It comes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
It comes from ARB, and the two aren't connected at all. I mean,
Okay.
the net to us may be the
It's
number.
the same. Okay.
So.
Oh, well.
Just wanted
Wishful thinking.
wanted to get that straight in the minutes. So, okay, that's all I have.
Okay, on the Finance Committee, we met last Thursday, March 4th. The majority of you did attend that meeting, and the information that Ramona went over has not changed. That was the same information that we went over on Thursday. The only other thing that we talked about were a little bit more in depth on the bonds. So I didn't know since Thursday if anyone had any questions about the bond information that we briefly discussed that you'd like me to elaborate on. Okay. All right, Steve, Human Resource.
We did not have a committee meeting. However, we will be discussing an item in executive session this evening.
Okay. Eric, strategic planning. I can't talk. Strategic planning. Do you want to discuss that in an executive session as far as a meeting in the future?
Yes.
Okay. And Bob, I did see that you joined us, so I did note that. Thank you. I don't see any public individuals joining us, and I don't see any firefighters, so I don't think we have any comments there. So commissioner comments. Mary, do you have any comments?
Can you hear me out there?
Yes.
Okay. The chief and her administrative staff, I thank you guys for a job well done as always. Ramona, it's good to see your smiling face once again. And I say to each and every one of you, be safe, take care of yourselves, get your shots, wear your mask, and do what is right. Thank you so much.
Ike, do you have any comments?
Yes, I'd like to just tell all the staff that we appreciate what they're doing, and for the chief to, basically keeping things together along with all commissioners and her staff for their hard work and participation from the chief on down to the last firefighter hired. And good having Ramona back, and everybody stay safe and wear your masks. Thank you.
Okay, Bill?
I have no comment.
Okay, Leroy?
No, ma'am, I don't have anything tonight. Thank you.
Okay, Steve?
Just thank you for everything. Stay safe and welcome back, Ramona.
Bob?
I have no comment.
Okay, Eric?
No comment.
Okay, Frank?
Ramona, welcome back. Glad you're back. Also, welcome to the 4 new firefighter recruits who just started. And finally, to echo what Mrs. Jones said, please, everybody, we got a lot of important people that are involved in the community on this phone call. Please, let's encourage our friends, family members, firefighters to get vaccinated so we can get the virus taken care of as soon as possible. Please encourage everybody to get vaccinated. Thank you.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I have my first vaccine scheduled tomorrow, and it's really come to the point that you get excited when you have a vaccine appointment. And I think I've checked about 3 times to make sure they didn't cancel me. So that's what it's come to, is excitement when you go for your vaccine.
Are you going to MUSC?
No, MUSC canceled me. So my doctor got me in Roper at the Coliseum, Roper is my network. So I guess MUSC didn't have any loyalty towards me. So now they canceled me, and I've never heard from them again. They said, we'll reach out. We'll reach out. I'm like, well, Roper's taking care of me. So yeah, we're going up to the Coliseum. And I just wanted to also agree with everyone. I'm so glad to see Ramona's back. I'm quite sure if we could all hug, we'd give you a big hug. And I can tell you're bright and smiling face even behind your mask. So, okay. Any other comments? Okay, we're going to go to executive session. I apologize. I sent out an email to all of you probably only about at 5:50, 10 minutes before the commission meeting, with a reminder of the phone number to call for the conference call and the access code. If you don't have access to your email, or you can't see my email for some reason, would you please text me, and I will text you the phone number and the access code for executive session. So I'd like to make a motion to break out and go into executive session. We do have personnel issues to discuss and some other contractual information. So do I have a motion?
Make the motion.
Second.
And a second?
Second.
Okay, and all those in favor, aye?
Aye.
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 Okay. All righty.